Rick, maybe let's start with your captain. How's Adam Lowry feeling? And
He's fine.
He's fine?
He is fine. I just talked to him. He's good. He was surprised that they put him in that concussion protocol, but he's fine.
Yeah, so that's the call from the spotter or whatever.
That's the spotter.
Okay. So you don't anticipate any issue going forward? Would he or you have had an issue with that hit, or just he had his head down, I guess, and just unfortunate to catch him like that?
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And obviously, Josh, early in the game, he escapes.
Yeah, that was the right call. And good on the refs to take a look at it and then change their calls. So I think the linesman called it, so that's their job to watch out for those things as well. So that was definitely the right call, and good on them to make that change.
I think you had officially clinched a spot with about 2 minutes left in your game by virtue of other out-of-town scores, but you obviously didn't back in. You won your game today. What does it mean to kind of punch the ticket, and you have 6 games left, so now that you don't have to, obviously you have to focus or worry about that at this point?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we didn't wait till the second last game of the year like we did last year, but there was never any doubt in my mind that we'd clinch that and we'd be making the playoffs this year. There was never any doubt. We've got a good team here. We've got a good bunch of guys, so there was never any doubt. So it's nice to put that behind us, and now we push forward.
And just one on Gabe Vilardi. Suspect a game like that means a lot to him, means a lot to the team, given what he's gone through. One of the benefits, I guess, in getting him back now is you get this time to kind of build him up to the playoffs. But when he has a night like that, like how close to 100% Gabe Vilardi are we seeing at this point?
Yeah, you're pretty close, right? So we've got a tough road trip coming up, 4 tough games. So that's going to help him, because this is. I mean, we're going into some tough rinks against some really good hockey teams, and it'll give us a better gauge of where we are and going into the playoffs. But certainly with Gabe, he's always made the power play better. We saw it when he came back. And then we saw how it's a totally different power play when he's not out there. So it shows the importance of his presence on that power play and with that line.
To that point, the way you've seen a lot of players over your years, the way that he turns his back to the play, but is able to find guys, but by virtue of turning away from the play, really disguises where he's going with it. How would you describe that ability?
That's unique. It is, but he's got it. It's one of those scenarios. He knows who's open and what he's doing before he gets the puck. He does, and he sees what the options are. When he gets it, he knows exactly what he wants to do. He knows exactly where the guys are. But he has that unique ability to see that. But he's not ad-libbing out there. He knows, okay, I'm going to get that puck. I know where it's going because he's open. So that's him.
So he said the same thing, but I've gone back and looked at some of his assists. For example, when he's getting the puck, when he takes his look at KC on the far side, KC's moving in towards the net as it happens. So before he gets to him, he's not where he was before he got the puck and before he had.
No, but he knows he's in that area. He's coming in.
But his ability to kind of find the stick the way that he does, because
Yeah.
if you don't get the stick, it just wastes time, right?
And the ability to put the puck through there. Right,
Yeah.
You've got to get it through a goalie stick and a defender. You've got to. There's a very small opening there, and so you've got to have great poise and confidence with that puck to put that puck in that area.
One of the things he had talked about is that this team is still looking at working on going forward is the kind of segments of the game that we've seen as of late where it's kind of not there, and I don't want to. He was talking about it's not just 1 or 2 shifts. Sometimes it's close to a whole period that the team doesn't have
like
its
the
game.
middle frame again tonight.
What's leading to that, and how do you root that out?
Well, we get spread out too much. We make it too easy for the opposition to come at us because we're spread out. We're not stopping and starting on puck battles. Basically, it comes down to that. We're just making it too easy for the opposition to come at us. And we just take our foot off the pedal for a little bit, and then every team in this league, regardless, is a good team, and they're fighting for their lives tonight to keep the thing alive. But it's more on us taking our foot off the pedal, and that's something we've been dealing with then we're going to continue to deal with and keep pushing.
All that said, I saw a lot of back pressure from your team in the third period. What have you seen from your team as far as closing out the last two
The
games?
third period was much better. First period, got lapses. Second period wasn't our best. It started okay and it ended okay, but in the middle wasn't good enough. But this team knows how to play in the third period, and the back pressure was there. And let's see how tight we were all over the ice. Made it very hard for them to get anything going. So that's the biggest difference.
There was a moment in the game, I think it was after Nikolai Ehlers' goal, where you flipped Connor and Ehlers in the top six. What sparked that change? And then you flipped them back again later in the game.
Well, you saw Cole set up Nick, and you say, okay, we had them together earlier, and it didn't work. So I said, well, let's just try it a little bit, see if it's going to work, and it didn't work. So we just flipped them back. That's always an option that I have with those guys, with Nick and KC. But if you remember earlier when we first got Sean, we had that line together, and it just didn't work. It's as simple as that. And then when I saw Cole set up Nick, okay, let's just take another look at that and see what it looks like. And I didn't like it, so we moved them back.
And on the defensive side of things, you've switched your deep pairings as of late, most notably the top pair, Morrissey and Pionk. How have you liked Neil Pionk's game in the two games that he's played on the top pair with Josh?
He's been fine. No, he's been fine. Neil's a solid player. He is. He reads the play. He's a competitive guy. He can play with anybody. Maybe he's got good skills, and he's a competitive guy, and he can play anywhere with anybody.
Just on the topic of Cole and that assist, I mean, a pretty good board play, and then he picks up a puck in the slot as well. It's got to be encouraging for you as a coach to see him come alive at a time of year where the game is harder than when he had gone cold there. Hey?
Yeah, it is, and good for him. And again, he worked very hard, and it was tough on him. He's never had us go through this before, but it's big boy hockey right now, and you got right, and it has been for a while. So you got to learn how to play in these situations, and he's figuring it out.
You have a lot of options up and down the lineup. Does it give you encouragement that he's going to be able to be there for you in the playoffs?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, keep playing the way he's playing, and we're fine with that.
Just Rick, a quick one on Tyler Toffoli. We've seen in the past, I can think back all the way to guys like Patrick Laine. They'd often be put with Lowry's line, and Paul Maurice used to do that to get guys going because of the way Adam plays. Looked like Tyler Toffoli, I know he was missed last game, but he was a lot more active tonight. I think he had 5 or 6 shots. Yeah. Did you see him kind of maybe a little better version of him tonight than what we'd seen?
He made a great play to Apple in the first period. In that second period, you can tell he's a natural goal scorer because from the bench, he's coming down on his off wing, and he knows exactly where to put that puck, and he just missed that far top shelf. So if you also see his poise with the puck, he knows when to release it. He doesn't panic with his shot. He's not forcing it. He waits for the opening to develop, and then it's on the net. So it's why he's got 31 goals. Thank you.